I had some feedback this week from a guy who makes an interesting observation. So I'll read what he said. I've always had premature ejaculation and I've been getting by using a numbing spray. But I've been watching your videos and found some of it helpful, particularly your advice on acclimatization and moving more freely. This was all new to me and has made a difference already. Excellent. But now, when I look at the clock and realise that I've been going for longer than I previously could, I feel a surge of excitement and this throws me off balance. How can I get used to my newfound stamina? I don't feel like I know how to control overexcitement in bed. Okay, a couple of things here. So at some point during intercourse, you become aware that you're lasting longer than before and this throws you off balance. Now, I'm not sure whether this means the rush of excitement causes you to come, to ejaculate, and then it's over, or you mean you can't sustain it and maybe get distracted or you lose your erection. Either way, I think I know what you're referring to. Sometimes guys have wanted to overcome their premature ejaculation so much, even if just for a bit longer, and they've worked so hard on it and they've tried all the things. Then when something clicks and it happens and they're lasting, they find themselves in a new world, an exciting, empowering world maybe, but also a bit daunting and kind of unbelievable. Then in that moment, that throws them into overthinking. And it kind of reminds me of learning to ride a bike, all that wobbling and persisting with something that seemed impossible at first. And then suddenly we realise that we're doing it, we're balancing all on our own, and it's exhilarating, and then we fall off straight away. A similar kind of tripping ourselves up happens when we suddenly realise we're lasting longer in bed with our partners. What's happening here is spectatoring, and we're all a bit prone to it, I think. The term spectatoring comes from pioneering sex studies in the 1970s, and to quote Wikipedia here, spectatoring involves a person focusing on him or herself from a third-person perspective during sexual activity, rather than focusing on one's sensations and sexual partner. It can increase performance fears and cause deleterious effects on sexual performance. And it certainly can. There's an element of spectatoring in all our sexual difficulties, when we're self-conscious, worrying, judging ourselves. And it's a big part of the performance anxiety that contributes to premature ejaculation. Now, you're doing well on the overcoming difficulties front by acclimatizing and moving and relaxing more. You're having the experience you wanted, but a part of you is still watching, monitoring and clock watching when you have sex. So maybe try to focus a bit more on your partner, the connection, the sensations you're both enjoying. Some of this spectatoring is probably out of habit from when you were getting by and struggling before, and it will ease up as your confidence continues to grow. Also, and I often say this to guys, maybe turn the clock round so you can't see it during sex. Ultimately, it's not about 10 minutes or 45 minutes or getting a personal best. It's about connecting, getting creative with your partner and enjoying the whole experience. By all means, keep an eye on the clock when you're working solo on your relaxation, masturbating and noticing your arousal levels. But when it comes to partnered sex, just kick the clock out of the bedroom. And one more thing on the subject of lasting longer. It is a new world, a new experience for guys, and the learning, it doesn't stop at this point. Sometimes guys aren't quite sure what to do when sex goes into extra time. And I've spoken with guys who were disappointed when longer sex sessions weren't as life-changing as they'd expected, when their partner didn't look up and say, "Oh my God, this is amazing," or they didn't acknowledge your newfound superpowers. They didn't lie there breathless and ecstatic and quivering afterwards. They just went back to watching Netflix. And this is quite common. Lasting for 10 minutes longer might not be as important to your partner as it is to you. It's more about the quality of the experience. And guys, couples, as they last longer, they might start to experience tricky new things like dryness, soreness, boredom even. Boredom for the both of you. And this is part of the ongoing sexual project that we find ourselves being a part of if we're in a relationship. I'll do another video on how to make the most of your new lasting abilities together as a couple with realistic and healthy expectations in the mix. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent there. I hope this is helpful. I hope it helps you stay in the moment, and good to hear that I was of some service in some way. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about premature ejaculation or sexual confidence in general, please feel free to get in touch, and my website is linked in the description below this video. Also remember that I am a therapist sharing my opinions and general advice, but this is no substitute for going to see your own GP or doctor. So if you have any concerns about health or your sexual health, you should go and get a medical checkup and take some advice. Thank you very much for watching.